very beautiful castle, or you can say palace, in Dwarika, out of gold. Can you believe it? Sri Krishna did it. And it was all then covered with water. Now the intellectuals in India, all trained by Western people, I think, said that it's not possible. There's nothing in the water, and he never built his palace there. It's all a story, just like a myth. But some people believed in it, and they dug up. They went down and they found there was a very big palace. There was gold, little bit left, but not all of it was there. And they were amazed, such a huge, big palace he had made. Under the water it had gone, but it was there. Like this, all these incarnations who came were extremely creative. If you are not creative, what's the use of self-realization? Now, what is the greatest creative thing you can do very easily is to make others serve. That is the easiest and most joy-giving thing, is to make others Sahajogis and give them the blessings of the divine which they have been seeking for ages. By giving them, you don't know what a solace, what a blessing you give. So now you have got your self-realization. You got it very easily, I must say. They all say that it is a instant nirvana. Sahajoga is instant nirvana, it's true. But whatever you get so easily and instantly, you don't understand the value of that. They always say for India that they got their freedom so easily. They didn't get it that easily. That's why they do not value it. But it's true. If you get anything free, firstly, and without any special effort, then you don't value it. You don't understand. You think it's a matter of right. But do you know how much people have suffered for getting self-realization? They used to go on the Himalayas, stand on one leg, sometimes on their heads, for months together. And they didn't get realization. I've heard of some people who lived in a room for 28 years to get self-realization. And why they lived like that? Because they thought by keeping away from other people, other bad atmosphere, everything, they might get realization. They never got it. So, one must understand, though you have got it very easily, is something so precious, so great. It's not very easy to get self-realization. You read about the people who are self-realized. Perhaps they did not even know how they got it. They did not know even about the Kundalini, but they got it. Through their guru, maybe their efforts. Buddha, how much he had to suffer till he gets his realization. Think of him. How he got his realization. I mean, you shudder to see of his life. Ultimately dies of hunger and poverty. But nothing happened to you. You have got it without any difficulties, in a very sweet manner, all of you. Nothing, you don't have to pay, you don't have to do anything about it. But that doesn't mean you should not value it. Like a seed which is put in the Mother Earth, spontaneously sprouts. and gives a life to the primule, which can grow into a shrub and then into a tree. But you have to put water, and you have to have the care of a gardener or someone. In your case, you are the one who has to do all that. First of all, you have to put the nourishment of compassion and love. Have you got that compassion and love? Do you love people? Like somebody told me today, I was shocked, I don't like children. I said, you don't like children? No, I like others' children, not mine. Just imagine. How can you be doing that? How can you say such a thing? You don't like your own children. Anything. First of all, for all of you, I would say that you should never say, I like and I don't like. These are anti-mantras. I like this. It's very common. Who are you? I don't like this carpet. I don't like that silver thing. Who are you? Can you make one like that? To take a decision of that kind is also shows they think it's very spontaneous. It's not. It has come from your conditioning. That you think you have a right to say, I don't like, I don't want. But who are you? If you are the spirit, you will never use these words, because it might hurt somebody. You will never say something that will hurt others. You will never do anything that will be dangerous for others. But always you say something that would be extremely loving and compassionate and peace-giving. You will emit joy for others. There is the power of spirit that it gives joy to others. If you are a glum person, grumpy person, then you are not self-realized. You should be able to give joy and love and compassion. And it should happen absolutely spontaneously. There's a story about a saint in India, in Maharashtra. So they all used to take water in a container called as kawad and would take it all the way to Gujarat to a temple of Sri Krishna. That was regarded as a great, surrendering to Sri Krishna. So that saint also carried water in that container, this kawad. All the way he carried it from his village in Maharashtra. And when he reached the temple, at the foot of the temple, he saw a donkey, very thirsty, dying out of thirst. So he gave that water to that donkey. Everybody said, imagine you brought this water for miles together, for days together, to be put on the deity here, and now you have given it to this donkey. He said, you don't know. God has come all the way down here to take the water. See the attitude that he took. So for a self-realized person, the compassion should be like that, of very generous nature. If you are not generous, if you are miserly, always worried about your money and saving of it, then firstly, you are not a matured surgeon. You are not. Apart from that, this kind of money will never give you any happiness. Miserliness is against spirit. Spirit is extremely generous. Extremely generous. It never tries to save something or cheat people or steal something. Is out of question. Because there is no greed left in it. There is no greed at all. And that is why such a person who is a realized soul cannot be greedy. Has to be extremely generous. I have seen many people like that who have been extremely generous and who have been very understanding about the problems of others. While a Sahaja will have his own problems, he is not a Sahaja at all. He is there to solve the problems of others and not to solve his own problems and go about talking about this is the problem I have. Now this is a new word that has developed in modern times. They never used to use the word problem before, I tell you. Only for geometry we use this word problem. But now it has started with there's no problem. They are all in a problem. Actually, they are problems, I think. So, what you have to do is to understand that you should not give your problems to others. You should not ask for anything. Please do this for me, please do that for me. It's very surprising that people try to sort of take advantage of others. Now, some people like to visit some countries, so they will ask you, please call me, I would love to come to your country. And a generous Sahaja will say, all right, come along. Now, who is failing here is the person who asked. You shouldn't ask for anything whatsoever because you are complete. Not that only you are satisfied, but a complete, what can anybody give you? All desires just disappear when you are in complete shape. Like today I was coming, I saw lots of stars had come out. I said, as soon as the moon will come, they'll all disappear. In the same way, when you are complete, you do not expect anybody to do anything for you. On the contrary, you want to find out what you can do for others. You become the others in a way that whatever is the problem of others, you take upon your head. You jump into it. It's a very, very interesting growth that should come in you. It should happen to all of you because you have got your self-realization. You develop a kind of a personality which only lives for others, not for oneself. You'll be amazed. You can live anywhere. You can sleep anywhere. You can have food, you need not have food. Whatever type of food you get, it's all right. Because you are so satisfied. On the contrary, you'd like to cook for others, give them food, do whatever. Possible, you try to do as long as you can work it out, you do it. But there are people who have only their own problems. They are not Sahajogis. How can the spirit have problems? How can that happen? So just understand that you are now the spirit. And beyond everything. So your creativity also goes to other dimensions. Of course, You start giving realization to people. You create art. You know Baba Mama. He was very bad at literature and he didn't know any language. He was very good for mathematics because my mother was a mathematician. But language he did not. I used to write his essays. He was so bad. But after realization, he wrote such beautiful poems, unbelievable. Nobody can believe this Baba could do that because he didn't know any language well. I used to write his essays as I told you. So, amazingly, from where he started writing Urdu poetry, Marathi poetry, Hindi poetry, and one of my brothers asked him, how do you get this Urdu poetry? He said, Shri Mataji she tells me. Everything she says to say, Mataji tells me. So the creativity within you is just flowers. And you are amazed at yourself how this creativity has come in. Now imagine for a person who is a mathematician becoming suddenly a poet. I mean, it's impossible situation. And you have these capacities. You have all these capacities that you can become very creative. And you have to be creative. In every way. I am very creative, I must say. I am all the time working out something which comes out very well. And also I don't have that interest as normally people have, that it should be praised by everyone or it should be sort of very much in the newspapers. No interest. You create for creation. For the sake of creation you create. And you just enjoy that creation. And you become very adaptable, or you become so congenial with all the things people say, talk, or write to them. They will be offensive, or they could be also praising you and all that. So you don't know that they are praising you. Even sometimes when you Shri Mataji Ki Jai, I also say, and then I forget they are talking about me. Somehow you are above all that. And you are there and you just don't understand why human beings behave like that. Why their behavior is so funny. Even when they come to Sajog, I see they have a great desire to be leaders, or they have a great desire to be a great organizer of Sajoga, so very well known in Sajoga. They want to have an international fame as a great Sajogi. But they do not think that what creativity I have shown. What have I created? Just all these things are so common in human beings that they always want others to praise them, to have a very big sort of a exposure. Of what? If you are a spirit, everybody knows. What is there to expose? What is there to show off? What is there to come forward? Even if you are at the back, there is light, you know there is light. So you have to get out of your darkness, because you are the light and you spread light. Instead of, if you are in the darkness, what light can you spread? So your spirit cannot have problem. It has no fear, but above all it has wisdom, tremendous wisdom. And that wisdom is the one sign of you being a very higher personality. As I told you, this is evolution, and when you are transformed, you are evolved of a very different nature you become. And you are to stand out. If Sahaja-yogis are like other people, then what's the use of taking to Sahaja-yoga? What was Christ? He was the son of a carpenter. He never got education. But what did he do? He was the Spirit. He reflected God within him. And that's why he got himself crucified also. Now in Sahaja-yoga you don't have to get crucified. There are all not such testing things for you. But your value system is to be checked. You must find out how are you working out through introspection. You should ask yourself, so well now, Mr. Sahaja-yogi, how are you? Are you indulging into all these things that these people who are not self-realized are doing? Just try to find out.